Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over my farming strategy for how I intend to try and farm a Mageblood via divination cards. Now, as you guys may or may not be aware, Crimson Temple is the map that drops the Apothecary, which is a set of 5 divination cards that combine to form a Mageblood. Now, my source for this is PoEDB, which I think is a fairly reliable source, so I'm just going to assume this is correct unless it's proven otherwise. Now, since it's a set of 5, I think it's safe to assume this might be the rarest div card in existence. It's definitely rare. Thankfully, Crimson Temple is one of the better maps to run as Spark anyways, so we can just think of the Mageblood div cards as a lottery ticket bonus, doing a map we would enjoy doing otherwise. Now, Crimson Temple is especially good for Spark characters because the doors are wide enough and the corridors are also wide enough that our Spark projectiles, they're not going to get like blocked in and just stuck in a tiny little corner bouncing around. As you can see from this footage, the Spark clears everything really fast and it goes everywhere. So as a Spark player, you need to have like not open maps, but also not tiny maps like cells. So this is the middle ground. That's like the perfect type of map for us. So hopefully if you guys are also playing Spark, you guys can easily employ this strategy as well. If you're doing other meta skills like RF, the skinny corridors are also probably like perfect size for your Righteous Fire AoE anyways, so this would be pretty good for you guys as well. So let's talk about the other divination cards, because Mageblood isn't the only great divination card we can get. Crimson Temple also drops 7 Years Bad Luck. A set of 13 of these will combine to form a Mirrors Shard. So if people like Path of Math create these crazy mirrorable items, I'm sure mirrors will be worth a lot this league, and this div card will go up in value quite a bit. The third best divination card is the Enlightened, and you only need 6 of these to combine to form a level 3 Enlighten. So that is pretty exciting as well. The other div cards are just generic stuff. They're not really worth mentioning. Now let's get on to Scarabs we should use. There are most of the Scarabs are good for Crimson Temple. I would say the main Scarab you want to avoid is Legion. It's just you want open maps for Legion. I wouldn't spec Legion with your Alice passives, and I wouldn't run the Legion jewels. If you have divination Scarabs, that would be great because we are trying to fish for divination cards. Otherwise, you could basically use whatever you like based on the Alice passives you choose. It really doesn't matter. All the other Scarabs work just fine. I like to use Metamorph Scarabs because they're very cheap. They're really good value. I like Ambush. Blight's really good on Crimson Temple. You will get sometimes like a low amount of lanes because it's not an open map. So you'll have a decent chance at getting blighted map drops. Shaper Scarab's fine. I've never tried running Expedition. I don't like Expedition, but I would assume it would be fine if you are running Expedition. Harbinger is good. Elder is good. Breach is great. And Abyss is great. As for the map modifiers, I don't think there are very many Xana mods that are good options for here. Delirium is bad because you want just a straight line map such as Strand or Promenade. So Delirium's out of the question. Harvest is too slow. Metamorph is 5 chaos, which is too expensive. Domination might be okay. That's 4 shrines for 4 chaos. I'm personally going to be running Breach because it's 2 chaos for a Breach, and the corridors are big enough that Breach still feels good in Crimson Temple. Again, it's not ideal. Like, you do want a perfectly open map for Breach, but I think this is open enough that the breaches still feel great. So for me personally, I'm modding Breach, and I'm using Polished Divination, Polished Abyss, Polished Ambush, and the 4th I'll just throw in like whatever extra Scarab I have a bunch of. Alright, so now let's go look at how to craft the maps. Map sustain is a little bit hard this league, so I would advise rolling your maps fairly well. So we're going to chisel, and then we're going to alch, and we're not just going to take every map that's alched. I'm going to use regex, and this code says we want maps that are at least 23% monster pack size, and at the end you can type whatever mods you don't want it to have. For me, I don't want cannot regen because I don't have a way to sustain mana if I can't regen. So we have 3 maps out of those that were good. Set those aside. The maps that aren't highlighted by the regex will need to roll over, but we can just quickly look at why. So this one is under 23% pack size. Same with this one. Same with this one. Okay, these all just rolled low pack size. So we scour, we alch again, and now these 2 succeeded. These ones have low pack size. Okay, well, whatever, that's close enough. Now that we have our maps, we're gonna vol them, because on average you will get better maps this way. If it goes uncorrupted, I believe that is 30% extra quantity. So we just got 90 quantity collectively from these, and some of them will turn, they won't be colored. Like this one, the maps mods got changed to cannot regen, so we bricked that one. I guess final notes on this strategy. All this stuff up top just boosts quantity, it boosts pack size, it boosts everything about your map. I'm just running what I like to run. I think you need to run a lot of the shaping map nodes to sustain. I'm running 3 out of 4. And I'm doing Eater of Worlds. When you get a divination altar reward, I would choose the one that affects monsters unless you're really close to the boss and the map's almost done, and then I'd choose the one that just the boss drops 5 extra divination cards. Just focus on getting those because we are doing a divination farming strategy. You could go for this node. I don't want to die, so I'm not going for the stuff that makes the gameplay too hard. Alright, that is my farming strategy. Tomorrow I'm going to be going over a build deep dive for Spark. I've now hit 5 million on the POB damage, which translates into around 25 million maximum damage per second. So I'll be going over how we achieve that on Spark. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.